The first thing
All
you need
right,
to
let's go
understand
check
about
out room
Blackridge University
313.
is that
Yeah, this
nothing
is
ever
gonna be
truly
good.
stays buried. The campus
Hello?
looked
Anyone
normal
home?
during the day. Red brick buildings, loud students, laughter echoing through the dorm hallways, music leaking from half-open doors, freshmen dragging suitcases, seniors acting like they owned the world. But at night, the fourth floor of Hawthorne dorm changed. It was always quiet up there. Too quiet. Room 313 sat at the very end of the hallway. The lights above it flickered sometimes. Maintenance claimed it was bad wiring. The air felt colder near that door. Students joked it was cheap insulation. But no one ever stopped in front of it for too long. Because the door didn't look like it belonged there. It was older than the others. The wood darker. The paint slightly peeled. And across its surface were deep claw marks. Not random scratches. Not accidental damage. Violent. Desperate. Like someone had tried to claw their way out. From the inside. No one lived in room 313 anymore. Officially it didn't exist. If you checked the dorm registry, the numbering skipped from 312 to 314. If you asked the administration, they would smile politely and say, "There is number 313. But every student on campus knew the story. 4 years ago, a sophomore named Daniel Harper moved into that room. Quiet kid. Engineering major. Barely spoke to anyone. Stayed up late. Always studying. At least, that's what people thought. Then one night, at exactly 3:13 a.m., multiple students reported hearing something. A loud bang. Followed by scratching. Followed by a scream that didn't sound human. Campus security rushed upstairs. The hallway was empty. Room 313's door was locked from the inside. They forced it open. Daniel Harper was gone. No broken windows. No blood. No signs of struggle. Just one thing. The walls, covered in claw marks. And on the inside of the door, 3 words carved into the wood. "It's not me." The university sealed the room the next morning. Maintenance replaced the lock. They claimed Daniel transferred schools. Case closed. Except, no transfer records ever existed. His family reported him missing. Police found nothing. And the scratches on the door? They kept coming back. No matter how many times they repainted it. Years passed. Freshmen arrived. Seniors graduated. The story became a campus legend. Don't walk past 313 alone. Don't look under the door. Don't ever knock. Most people laughed. Until Ethan Cole moved into 312. Ethan didn't believe in ghost stories. He was the kind of guy who filmed everything for social media. Late night dares. Pranks. Urban legend hunts. When his roommate told him about 313, Ethan grinned. Perfect content. The first night, he walked to the end of the hallway with his phone recording. "All right, guys," he whispered to the camera. "This is room 313. Supposedly haunted. Let's see what happens." The hallway lights flickered. He laughed nervously. Old wiring. Relax. He stepped closer. That's when he noticed something strange. The claw marks looked fresh. Wood splinters were still hanging loose. Like they'd been carved yesterday. He leaned down toward the keyhole. The camera zoomed in. "Probably just dust inside," he said. But there was no dust. There was movement. Something shifted in the darkness beyond the door. Ethan froze. He stepped back. Silence filled the hallway. Then, knock. 3 slow knocks. From inside room 313. Ethan's camera shook. Okay, that's not funny. His roommate wasn't there. The entire floor was asleep. Another knock. This time louder. And then, scratching. Slow. Dragging. Like nails pulling against wood. From the other side. Ethan backed away, breathing hard. The door handle began to move. Very slowly. Turning. But the door was sealed from the outside. It couldn't open. It shouldn't open. The scratching stopped. Silence again. Ethan swallowed. "Daniel," he whispered, half joking. The hallway lights went out. Total darkness. His camera was still recording. In the black screen, something appeared. Not outside. Inside the room. A face. Pressed against the small crack under the door. Skin pale. Eyes too wide. And the mouth moving. Repeating something over and over. When Ethan reviewed the footage later, he slowed it down. Enhanced the audio. The whisper became clear. It wasn't asking for help. It wasn't begging to be freed. It was saying, "Let me switch." The next morning, Ethan didn't show up to class. His roommate thought he overslept. Campus security checked his room. His bed was empty. His phone was found on the hallway floor. Still recording. The last frame of the video showed something standing behind him. Something wearing his face. Smiling. That night, students heard scratching again. But this time, it wasn't coming from room 313. It was coming from room 312. And the nameplate outside the sealed door at the end of the hallway? It changed. The old scratched numbers faded. And in their place, fresh, carved deep into the wood, 312. Room 313 was empty again. Waiting. By morning, the fourth floor was filled with whispers. Ethan Cole was gone. Just like Daniel Harper. No broken windows. No blood. No forced entry. Just a missing student, and a phone left recording on the cold hallway floor. The university acted fast. Too fast. Campus security blocked the entire fourth floor for maintenance. Students were temporarily moved. Resident assistants were told not to speak to anyone about what happened. And room 313? It was sealed again. New lock. New paint. New number plate. But they made one mistake. They forgot about the video. Ethan's phone had already synced the footage to his cloud account. By noon, clips started spreading through group chats. At first it was funny. Bro staged this. Nice horror edit. Fake. Then someone slowed the last 5 seconds of the video. The hallway lights were out. Ethan's breathing was shaky. Behind him, something stood up. Frame by frame, students noticed it. It wasn't a shadow. It wasn't a trick of light. It was Ethan. Same hoodie. Same haircut. But his smile was wrong. Too wide. Too still. And while the real Ethan was backing away from the door, the other Ethan was standing directly behind him. Watching. Waiting. Smiling. By evening, the university servers deleted every shared copy. But once something touches the internet, it never really disappears. One student didn't just watch it. She analyzed it. Her name was Maya Khan. Computer science major. Obsessed with patterns. Obsessed with things that didn't make sense. She downloaded the original file before it vanished. She enhanced the audio. And that's when she heard it clearly. Right before Ethan disappeared. A whisper layered under his own voice. Let me switch. Not, let me out. Not, help me. Switch. Maya did something no one else dared to do. She checked old campus archives. 4 years ago, Daniel Harper. 3 years ago, a transfer student named Liam Ortiz. 2 years ago, an exchange student, Hannah Mori. All assigned to the fourth floor. All lived next to room 313. All vanished within a week. And after each disappearance, the room number changed. From 313 to 312. From 312 to 311. Then sealed again. Reset. Back to 313. Like the room was moving. Or feeding. That night, Maya snuck back into Hawthorne dorm. The fourth floor was supposed to be empty. But the lights were on. Dim. Flickering. She walked slowly down the hallway, her footsteps echoing. 312. 330. 314. The door at the end now read. Fresh paint. But the wood underneath was warped. Like something inside was pressing against it. Breathing. She crouched near the door crack. Cold air flowed out. Whispers followed. Not one voice. Many. Layered. Stacked. Overlapping. Let me switch. Her hands trembled. Switch with who? She whispered. Silence. Then. Knock. 3 times. From inside. She stepped back quickly. Her phone light flickered. Then turned off. The hallway lights died too. Darkness swallowed everything. And then she heard it. Footsteps. Behind her. Slow. Dragging. She turned. At the far end of the hallway, someone stood. Looked like Ethan. But his posture was wrong. His head tilted too far to one side. His smile stretched unnaturally wide. Maya, it said. But the voice wasn't his. It sounded layered. Multiple tones speaking at once. You looked. He stepped forward. The lights flickered back on for half a second. Long enough for her to see something horrifying. His shadow wasn't matching his body. The shadow on the wall was clawing at the floor. Trying to crawl back toward room 313. The lights snapped off again. Maya ran. Down the stairs. Out of the dorm. Into the cold night air. Behind her, she heard one last sound echo through the building. Scratching. But not from inside the room. From the walls. Like something was traveling through them. Searching. The next morning, Hawthorne dorm reopened. Administration claimed the maintenance issue was resolved. Students returned. Room 313 was gone again. The numbers now read 312, 314. No gap. No sealed door. Just a perfectly normal hallway. Except one thing. Maya didn't show up to class. Her laptop was found open in the library. On the screen, one unfinished document. IT doesn't trap you. It trades. And beneath it, a new assignment list for the dorm. 4th floor. Room 314. Assigned to Maya Khan. That night, at exactly 3:13 a.m., 3 knocks echoed from room 314. And from the end of the hallway, a slow smile appeared in the darkness. By now, everyone at Blackridge University knew the story. Not officially. Not in emails. Not in newspapers. But students whispered. Legends spread. Fear grew. Maya Khan's disappearance sent chills deeper than any before. Room 314 now stood at the end of the hallway. Fresh paint. New locks. A dorm number plate shining like it had never existed. But the claw marks? They were back. Deeper than ever. Dark, desperate, screaming for attention. The campus had grown numb. Most didn't ask questions. Most didn't even walk that hallway after dark. Except a new freshman, Liam Patel. Curious. Reckless. Obsessed with the unknown. He had heard about room 313, 312, 314. And he wanted proof. His first night, armed with only his phone and a flashlight, he crept down the 4th floor hallway. He filmed everything. The lights flickered overhead. His flashlight caught numbers on the doors. 312, 313, 314. Everything looked normal. Until the hallway air turned cold. Then the whisper came. Soft, faint, layered. Trade. Liam froze. 3 knocks. One after the other. From room 314. He approached. Every step echoing like thunder in the silence. The door handle rattled. Locked. But scratches ran along the wood, deep, clawed letters spelling out. Your turn. Liam stepped back. Heart racing. Mind screaming. A shadow moved behind the door. Long fingers pressed against the wood from the inside. Then a whisper. Clear this time. Let me out, let me switch. And the door suddenly swung open. Empty. Liam's flashlight flickered. Nothing. Then he heard breathing. Not his own. Heavy. Slow. Calculated. He turned. Nothing. Until he noticed it. The reflection in the window at the end of the hallway. Himself. But wrong. Wide, unnatural smile. Eyes black. And layered whispers in his ears. Trade. Complete. By morning, the 4th floor hallway looked normal again. Liam's bed was made. His laptop open. His phone recording still running. No one had seen him sleep. No one had heard from him. But on every dorm phone, in every video chat, every time the campus camera footage was checked, something was always there. In the corner. Smiling. Waiting. Room 314 disappeared. Or maybe moved. The legend of room 313, the cursed, ever-changing, soul-trading dorm room, continued. Waiting. Always waiting. And somewhere on campus, the numbers were ready to shift again. 3:13 a.m. would come. A new victim would walk the hallway. And the trade would continue.